Now I am going to play some Moon Patrol. This was a game that I was going to play last week, but it wound up losing out on the vote to Frogger. I think it was last week. It might have been this week. I forget. The days kind of run together. But anyway, this is from 1982, and this is from IRM. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start in the original mode here first, and then we'll get to the others as we play. Hopefully you and yours are doing well. Oh, we want to do the display settings. I'm turning off the scan lines. And oh good, the audio quality I didn't change. Okay. So let's go. So Moon Patrol is your basic left to right shooter slash action game where there are several obstacles that you have to account for. One of those being jumps, you gotta jump over gaps, and the other being enemy ships that you have to shoot down or try and avoid missile fire from. Or that happens. Music is peppy, I like it. This is a game that I do remember from arcades from when I was younger. This is 82, so I was 10. I didn't play it much in arcades, but I do remember a couple of places that would have this and like one other machine, like it was a convenience store or something. So I did play it a little bit, but I really wasn't that great. And if I'm being completely honest, as you've already seen, this is not my best of games. There are games that I have more skill at than this. So really, you have two opponents, if you will. You have the clock, because you want to get in under a certain time, and you have, of course, a certain number of lives you have to get through. So here I'm going to get 1,000 bonus points, plus another 1,000 for being under the record time. And away we go. So as you get to each checkpoint, the stages get a bit harder. And this is just a beginner course. This game does get considerably harder as you go on. And it's really easy to make mistakes. One thing you'll see, I think it's not quite here, but it's coming soon. There's a jump you have to make, and then as soon as you clear the jump, there's a big rock, so you have to shoot the rock twice in order to get by it. And you can't jump too soon, because if you do... Oh! There we go, and I threw it. I did it. 63 seconds, and the record is 80, so that's not bad. So that'll be 2,700 total bonus points, I believe. And we're already up over 10,000. Then again, this is just my warm-up as I'm playing through. Now, this stage here is a little bit different. You'll see the ground evens out, and there are mines here. So you can't tear through this course, at least I can't. I usually just keep it at cruising speed and just jump over the mines here. You get 50 points per mine you clear. So I love the way that this game is designed. It keeps things interesting with the variety of different obstacles that you have to overcome. And again, because you're competing against the clock, like you want to be as precise as possible. Try and shave off a few seconds here or there to get an extra few hundred points. There we go. That should do it for the mines. But now we have these guys. There we go. Sweet! So that took, what, 673? Oh, wow, that's going to be a big bonus. So 3,700 total bonus points, I think. That'll get me up over 20 grand. All right. Is this, where is it? I think it's the last stage I go uphill. I forget which one it is. Oh, no. Here it is. This reminds me a little bit of, and it shouldn't. I don't have any, like, reason for it to, but it reminds me a little of Jungle Hunt. Now, being up top, you have less room to avoid enemy fire, so this makes it challenging. Whoa! Oh. That was closer than I wanted it to be. So now we go downhill. Oh, that's too bad. All right, one more. Oh, this is where it's going to get dicey. I'll take it. That's not terrible if the time was 100 again. So 36, that's not bad. And I lost a life. I'll take it. So this is the last stretch of the beginner course. I'm doing pretty well here in that I have 4 lives left. And this is like a review. Like if you think of Moon Patrol as taking a test, a more fun way of taking a test, this is kind of like your final exam. You're going to see a lot of stuff that's familiar here, and some new things like these tanks. Now here comes the hill again. There we go. Oh boy. Everything all at once. I hate these things. Like, the missiles are bad enough, but when they put the holes in the ground, they're really annoying. That's how you take care of that problem. There it is. So what do we get? So 2,500 up. Oh, nice. Okay. That's not bad. I'll take it. So what are we up to? 49,000? And this is where I never got very far here, because once you get to the champion courses, like, all bets are off. There's... I mean, look at this. And I think this is where you get a vehicle that comes behind you that you have to jump over. Looks like that Batmobile for some reason. Here it comes. Okay, okay. Oh, that is so tough. So I gotta deal with the Batmobile again. Alright, I did that one. Whoa. Okay. Now what? Alright, well, if this isn't as bad, it will kind of... Oh! That'll teach me in my big mouth. Gonna struggle. I am going to struggle. Oh, man. I'm gonna lose all my lives right here. Oh, that is fortunate. Woo! No bonus, but I really don't care at this point. This is now the furthest I've gotten. Okay. Now, I understand this is not arcade difficulty. This is a bit easier. I like to play this when I'm getting warmed up before I start going after high scores on them, or after the caravan mode. So that's not bad, and we're not going to continue here. And considering that I started the game about a minute in, so that's about 10 minutes of play on 1/4 for this, that's pretty good. Continue game. Alright. So let's head back to the title screen. And I think we're going to start on high score mode first, and then we'll hit caravan mode after. So, and this just says here you don't get any extra power-ups or any extra help with the controller, so rapid fire would be off. They try and keep things as level as possible. And as you can see, I'm like 353rd, which is not great. See if we can do better. So tonight's stream may be a little bit on the abbreviated side, as I'm going to be filming this week's Unsealed episode as soon as I'm done here. But I just felt like playing some games first. So I'm glad that you're taking the time to join me here on Twitch if you are watching that way. I've talked about it for the last couple of days. This week's Unsealed episode is going to feature Devil Kings from Capcom, which is very much a Warriors or Musou game, but it takes place in ancient Japan instead of ancient China, and the game is definitely much more over the top, and at least in my opinion it's definitely campy, but it's campy on purpose. That's a good start. So I will be featuring the opening of that game. Now, I think it's sealed, but it might be a resealed game. I got this from Amazon like a Christmas ago, or like a while ago, and I've been sitting on it for some time. But it's high time that I get to opening it, and it's funny because I was watching some Jim Sterling tonight, and Jim Sterling is a big Dynasty or was a big Dynasty Warriors fan. He's not so much anymore. That's too bad. As he didn't like Dynasty Warriors 9, and we can talk about that a little bit here shortly. But in watching that, just to kind of prepare myself for tonight's episode, I pulled my copies of Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3 to show off during the video and to talk a little bit about my experience with the series. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this again. But I'm looking forward to getting that open. The copy of Devil Kings that I have is serviceable. As a matter of fact, I got rid of it some time ago, so I haven't played the game since. But it'll be nice to have a fresh copy of it, because I do enjoy those games. And of course, the Devil Kings series wound up becoming Sengoku Basara here in the US. Came out for the PS3 and the Wii. I have the Wii version. I don't have the PS3 version, unfortunately. All right, that is not good. Yeah, the games are pretty enjoyable. They run well. I like the art. I did it again. All right, we're gonna do this one more time. So anyway, that is a sneak peek at tonight's episode. If you had somehow missed me talking about it the last couple of nights, that is happening. That is happening tonight. So that will be up late tonight, and I will be linking to it on Twitter probably tomorrow. Maybe later tonight, depending on how I feel. I'm filming tonight because I don't have to get up tomorrow morning. My 2 mornings for getting up early for online or remote learning. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to restart. Are Monday and Wednesday right now. So Tuesday night, and I'm sorry, Monday night and Wednesday night and Thursday nights really are going to be the more constant nights that I would be any kind of streaming. And then in terms of unsealed episodes, I'd like to do them in the middle of the week. Probably that is cheap. Let's go again. So that's the schedule that I'm thinking that I want to keep. Now, obviously, when I move, if I move, that schedule may change, but that's what I'm going to be focusing on for a while, and I'd like to try and stick to that. I think that that works. I really don't like to do them on weekends. And I think Mondays are kind of early in the week, and there's a lot of YouTube folks that I know that like to release stuff on Mondays too. So Wednesdays just it kind of gives you something to look forward to in the middle of the week if you look forward to my stuff. So I think that works well. So that's what I'm going to shoot for in terms of unsealed episodes. And then when the unsealed series ends later this year or early next year, depending on when I run out of games, then that's when repeat will start. So that Wednesdays would basically be the original, whatever original YouTube video I'm doing that week. That's going to be the target would be Wednesday. I did get word today. I talked earlier this week about a game called Maneater for the PS4 and the Xbox One, a game that I am going to get. Just because the idea of sharks wreaking havoc is sounds way too fun for me to miss. And I had been curious as to what console I was going to get it for, because I hadn't heard anything about Xbox One enhancement, and I kind of have a rule when it comes to multi-platform games that if it has Xbox One enhancement, that's when I'm going to get it. If it doesn't, and it's just if it's running pretty equally on both platforms, then I will get it for the PS4. Plus, it's just more fun. Plus, it gives me the opportunity to stream something else, provided that streaming is allowed based on storylines and things. It's one of the reasons why, like, BioShock on the PS4, if you're using the native PS4 streaming option, you can't. When you try and stream BioShock on PS4, the game... I did it again. The game screen is blank. So they must have a rule in, and it makes sense because it's narratively driven. But so I can't do that. I've done some other things, but I also try and keep the channel fairly family friendly too, which is another reason why I've been reconsidering where I want to do it. Because chewing up humans, a little questionable for families. So I'm thinking I'm going to get it on the Xbox One now that I've heard that there's supposed to be some Xbox One X enhancement. So that's where I'm going to be playing that. I don't have a camera for my Xbox One, but I may but I may do Mixer anyway because I do have a headset. But we'll see. I know people on Mixer or really any kind of streaming service, they tend to not like it as much when you're not showing your face on the screen, unless of course you are your Game Grumps, for example. But that's something I'm thinking about doing. In doing a test stream on Mixer a couple of weeks back, the microphone on this headset that I have is decent enough, or I can certainly talk over gameplay and have a blast while I'm doing so. Unfortunately for the Xbox One, they don't have a lot of these Arcade Archives games, so these are the ones that I really like to play. But they're just not... they're not available. The Neo Geo ones are, but I really can take or leave the Neo Geo games if I'm being honest. There we go. Oh, that's big. Am I gonna finish? Sweet. So, that's something I'm looking for in the near term. Oh, that's pretty good. And now I'm well over the score I did have, and I still have a ship left, so I'll take it. The other game I'm still looking at is the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater remake, but that's not coming out till September, so I'm trying to get myself not too overly excited for it, because it's going to take a while before it gets here. There we go. Oh, hey, look at that! Second straight night we've had a glitch. Last night we had a glitch where I was able to pin a wrestler super easy because the game glitched out. I'll take it. Yeah, this is going to be a much better final score for me than that 17 grand was, that's for sure. This is where we get on hill, right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Oh boy, of course we gotta have you jokers. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Sweet. Oh, this is gonna be a good effort. So 4,200 points. So that's gonna be 34.8. And I have a ship left. Now this is where I have to be careful and not make any dumb moves. I don't know. I haven't looked at the leaderboard, so I don't know what the best scores are. But I'll take 36,000 if that's what I'm going to wind up with. I'd like to finish it and get to 40. Nah. Boy, that was closer than it should have been. It's really interesting. I've played, I play these Arcade Archives games and I really enjoy them. Man, these still hold up so well. Like, you can go back to these, and they really are timeless. Even if they came out, like, a long time ago, up to, this is 82, so, almost 40 years ago, and even though the graphics are maybe substandard, like, the gameplay is not. The gameplay is a lot of fun. I did it. Wow. So it's going to be 7,000, so I'll be up over 50. That is awesome. I don't know what it is. When I stream, sometimes I get into a zone and I can do stuff like this where I set personal bests. That's pretty awesome. So 51,500. And I have an extra buggy, which will not last long. I will readily admit that... Oh, I should have admit that. There he is again. I'll readily admit that I am not great at this. Like, there are some aspects of the game I probably could be better at in terms of timing, like for the missiles and things. Alright, come on. There we go. But it doesn't look like that sprite's going to hurt me, so that's good. I have not seen that before. That is a first. Oh, neat. All right, so the sprite. Well, shoot, the sprite disappears. Okay. Oh. Wow, I thought I was dead. Okay. I think is it back to 80 or is it 100? Oh, that is immense. That puts me over 60. 63,500. Of course, now you remember watching me, like, in my warm-up, like, I struggled. What? Oh no. 66,300. You bet we're going to be saving that. Yes. That's still not great. It might get me in the top. Yeah, it gets me in the top 100 at least. Pretty close to a shakedown Pete. But it takes them a little while, so I'm going to jump from 353 up into the top 100. That's not bad. That's pretty darn awesome. So we'll go back to the title screen. We'll try caravan mode here in just a minute. In terms of tomorrow night stream, like I said, tonight's going to be a little bit on the shorter side because I need to save some voice in order to do the Unsealed episode. Tomorrow night, I'm thinking about going back to the Sega Genesis Classics collection and playing maybe some Streets of Rage or some Golden Axe. So we'll be taking a little bit of a breather from Arcade Archives for that stream. Next week, I will be going to Karate Champ. That's one I want to revisit. And Life Force is one that I'm going to be going to and talking more about that. So we're going to try this caravan mode again. It's 5 minutes. So here, you can't make any mistakes. If you make a mistake and you're not getting the appropriate time bonuses, then it's not worth continuing. Everything about this particular game mode is about getting a perfect run. So for example, this stage, like if I don't finish at 59 seconds of time, then I've screwed up somewhere. I lose 100 points. As far as I know, 59 seconds is the fastest time that I've seen. At least not without help. And I think I might have made a mistake. Yep. Reset. Again, with speed run or with a perfect scoring run, no mistakes are allowed. At least not at this point. In 29.4 is awfully tough to going to be awfully tough for me to beat. I don't know why my score in the high score mode was so bad. It's a little embarrassing. While I'm not the best Moon Patrol player, I'm certainly better than that score indicated. Oh, that's not good. There we go. And all the while, the time is ticking. Once we get to point D, this is where I worry. Okay, these guys I can deal with. It's the molecule-looking ships that drop the mines that worry me. So far, so good. 59 seconds to finish, which gets us our max bonus here. 2,100, so 3,100 bonus points, I think. So that gets us to 6,250, and we're already down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So, I mean, you can't really dawdle. And the other thing that hurts about... I'm just going to keep going. The other thing that hurts about Caravan mode is that playing with the mines in the next series of checkpoints, you're forced to slow down, so you really have to score early and often. Where is that hole with the rock? There's a hole. Nope, not there yet. Oh, no! Alright, let's try it again. If I make one mistake, like, I can try and salvage it. If I make two, it's done. So yeah, so looking ahead, tomorrow night I'm thinking of taking a little bit of time off from the arcade archive set, and I'll spend some time with the Sega Genesis Classics Collection, or whatever it is called. And then next week we will get back to it. We'll play some Karate Champ. We'll play some Life Force. Maybe we'll do some Neo Turf Masters, which isn't even called Neo Turf Masters anymore because of copyright or something. So we have more really fun streaming stuff to do, and that'll be coming next week. Or starting tomorrow, I should say, and moving forward. I am going to do my best to try and stream more often. While the channel doesn't get very many viewers, it's also difficult to expect anyone to watch if I'm not doing something consistently. I know the time frame is bad. Starting my streams at like 11 or 11:30 at night Eastern can be rough for some folks, but it's really the best time that I have available when it's quietest here. And when I'm at my sharpest, honestly. I'm a night owl, have been for a long time. That goes back to when I used to run karaoke shows for a living. I never really learned how to not be a night owl from that point on. And the thing is, even with school still going on, like I'm very much in summer sleep mode where I go to bed at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And even if I do get up early in the day, I just wind up going back to bed and sleeping through most of the morning and afternoon, whatever's left. So this is the time frame that works for me, and it's just really hard to be consistent or to expect any, darn it, to expect any consistency if I'm not consistent myself. From there, you know, if more people watch, great, but if not, you know, I'm not worried about it. Getting a getting any kind of like channel subscription or whatever Twitch's payment program is or whatever it is, I really don't care about that. It would be a nice feather in my cap if that happened, and it's funny, every time I get the little stream results from when I run things, you know, they keep listing the ways that I can be affiliated. That's the word I was trying to think of. But I mean, it's not the most important thing to me, at least not right now. I look at these streams more as extensions of videos that I would make, but rather than me just sitting on camera and talking about them, I can actually play the games and talk more about how things used to be, which is pretty much my MO. So I'm appreciative of the fact that I have the opportunity to do that. The technology is there. I don't have a capture card, and I certainly don't, you know, it's not something I would be looking to get anytime soon. So there we go. And that took too long. I already lost 100 points, and I missed a saucer, so that's another 100 points lost. We'll keep going here. So that's the general idea. That's what I was always aiming at. The only other way that I had gameplay on YouTube was when I had my iPad set up where all my game systems were, and you got to see like this side profile of me as I was trying to uncomfortably crane myself to play the games. That's when I had my NES track and field run, when I think I cracked a million points in that run. That was a long video. Ugh, how did you get around it? There we go. Alright, you jokers. Whoa! It's funny, like, I know that it's coming. There we go. There it is. So, playing on stream here like this, even though the PlayStation 4 camera always, like, mirrors everything, so I can't wear any shirts with any print on it, because it looks weird. at least I'm able to play and I'm able to talk at the same time, and you can actually see my face, so you can see my facial reactions and things, which is part of like the streaming experience, is getting to watch how a person reacts. So I'm grateful for that. That's one of the cool parts of this, and it was one of the reasons that I ran it on YouTube for the longest time. But in talking to various people about it, and kind of wondering which way I wanted to go, a lot of people said that Twitch would be a better streaming situation. So I went ahead and I did that. The biggest downside, of course, is just trying to build a subscriber audience, because I have 500 plus on YouTube that gets notifications or might get notifications that I'm streaming, whereas with Twitch I don't have that. I don't have that in place. All right, that's good. Where did it go? There we go. All right, time is running out. I'll have a little less than a minute to go for the last part of the game. And I'm going to have a score of, what, 23,000? 24,200. And I have 50 seconds to get 5,000 points. Basically, if I make a mistake in here, it's done. It's game over. Like I might... No, I won't. I thought that I might have enough. If I hadn't died, if I hadn't lost a life, then I might have a shot. And I did make a mistake in missing a couple of ships. Yeah, I'm done. 1,100 points. Well, maybe not. But I have to get all these guys. Oh, that's 29.6. Okay. 29.8. 31. Okay. I'll take it. So 30,100. That moves me close to the top 30. Let's see. So that would move me, yeah, that would move me to 29th when it updates. That's pretty cool. All right. I'll take it. I don't know. At 34,000 is... There must be something that these scores are doing to get through the minefield faster. I don't know what that is. Maybe I could watch YouTube to figure it out. It's pretty awesome to see the different countries being represented. Got someone from Japan, Poland, I think that's Poland. A couple of U.S. players, a couple of German players, Czechoslovakia, another German player, Australia. This leaderboard is fantastic. Looking at all the different country representation, that's awesome. I think they update it only infrequently. So yeah, so that's awesome. So I set 2 scoring marks during this stream, so that was a lot of fun. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know it's a bit shorter than the hour that I usually do, but I'll be going over to my filming area behind me, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on this week's video so I can get that posted. Thanks to all of you who have been watching. I really do appreciate it. Until the next time, my friends, take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you later.